welcome to Hiking Misadventures. We are in Grand Teton National Park. We stayed outside the park last night because we got in a little bit later than we expected. It's a little cold in Grand Teton today. It's only supposed to get up to about 60 degrees, so it should be good hiking weather. We're hiking Hermitage Point, which is a 10-mile hike. Unfortunately, there's a lot of smoke in the park from the wildfires in Washington and Oregon and California, and it's blowing this way. So if you see right behind me, straight behind me, that's Mount Moran, and then that pointy big structure to the right over there is Grand Teton, but you can hardly see it because of all the smoke. So that's actually not fog or haze, that's actually smoke that's blowing from the wildfire. The park ranger said it should clear up a little bit more later today, so hopefully we'll get a better view. Otherwise, this is about as good as it's going to get. Hey guys, we are at the trailhead for Hermitage Point Trail. This is about a 10-mile hike. It's a big loop around the lake, and it's supposed to give beautiful views of Grand Teton, the Tetons. Getting to the trailhead is pretty easy. There's a huge parking lot where the general store, showers and stuff are, so there's lots of traffic around. Once you park your car there, just cross the road and go to the right. If you go to the left, there is a trailhead there as well, but that's the horse trail. The foot trail is to your right. We're hiking in on the Hermitage Point Trail, but it's a little confusing because there are lots of side trails that keep going off. It's supposed to be a giant loop, but it's hard to tell exactly which way we want to go. We had gone to the left. I think it would have been slightly longer, but the trail would have gone inland, but we chose to go to the right. So I think now we have a view of the lake, and actually I can see the northern Tetons up ahead. So again, it's smoky, so it's kind of hazy and hard to see, but if it's a clear day, you should have a very nice view of the Tetons up ahead. We're probably about 3 miles into this 10-mile hike, and as you can see in the background, or you might not be able to see, we should have had a pretty good view of Mount Moran, but we don't because of the smoke and haze in the park right now, which is really too bad because otherwise this is a nice flat little space and it could have been a good spot to grab some lunch or take a break and enjoy the view. Round the loop of this Hermitage Point hike, so just a little bit past the halfway point, from probably maybe like a half a mile from Hermitage Point itself, there's actually a campsite. It's called Lakeshore Campsite 9, and it's right next to the water, and there's a place for you to create a fire and bear boxes and everything, so it looks like a really, really nice campsite if you wanted to spend a day here and hang out. It's almost like you're at the beach a little bit. On the way back, that's when you start to gain the 1,000 feet of elevation. The trail becomes a little steep in places, and then it kind of flattens out, and then it gets a little bit steeper and flattens out. So it's not anything unmanageable, but if you're new to hiking, it might be something that you want to keep in mind. The smoke is starting to clear a little bit, and we're actually starting to see better view of the Tetons. Unfortunately, we've passed the areas where we get the biggest span of views, but we still see glimpses of it. we are at the end of the Hermitage Point Trail. It ended up being about 10.7 miles because we walked a little bit off the trail here and there, like to that campsite. So all in all, it was 10.7 miles, and it took us about 5 hours, just shy of 5 hours, 4 hours and 45 minutes. This is a pretty easy trail if you're an experienced hiker. If you're a new hiker, this is a good trail to try out. There are some small challenging parts here and there, but overall it's fairly flat and it's easy to walk. It is, 10 miles, so just be prepared for that and bring plenty of water, because there are some areas where the trail is pretty exposed, and so you want to make sure you have a hat, that you bring your sunscreen, and plenty of water. If you like this video, please remember to hit subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook now at Hiking Misadventures. Also remember to sign up for my blog at hikingmisadventures.com.